the government is going to save lots of money on that, because this can be done in an OPD procedure and a very cheap procedure. This is what is known as a stereotactic biopsy device. I have called it a needle placement device because through this needle we can inject drugs, we can inject current and burn out tumors, we can aspirate pus, and we can also biopsy.
So now that you have the invention with you, have you already put it in use? Is anybody using this?
Yeah, I have one prototype of that which I have used myself with the help of a neurosurgeon in 2 patients.
Now, will this be something that any of your friends in the medical industry can actually use this on a basis where you can prove that it can be done again and again?
Yeah. In this hall itself, we have Dr. Amitabh who saw it and he said, I would like to use it. Day before, in the Anveshan program, one of the experts who was called, fortunately, does stereotactic procedures using 25 lakh rupees frame. And he said, if you had the device, I would have bought 50 pieces straight away.
Okay. Now, let's say, okay, 50 pieces is one thing. Can you provide him 5 pieces? Right?
Yes.
Right away?
Because right now I have the STL file, and any piece that I want has to be made on rapid prototype. This will cost 25,000 rupees per unit.
So you're making the units for 25,000 and selling it for 10?
No, I have only one prototype, which costed me 25,000 rupees on rapid prototype. But if you make a mold of this, of these 6 molds that they have made, then the cost of each piece. I just want to tell you.
We have pre-seed fund, pre-seed fund to send it. So that for pre-seed fund part of it can be taken care of. And that's more than I don't take it back.
What will you provide it to you?
No, but before going into the mold, rapid prototyping, there is another process is connected to the vacuum casting. Whether 50 pieces or 25 pieces you can make without making the mold. So maybe some rapid prototype person if you can get it. Then
Yes, I did find that out, sir. But the vacuum casting product is not really that fine as one can get from a hard like that. And my device has got markings of degrees.
I have a doubt. Say, to use this needle, you must first locate where the lesion is, what the cost of that would be. Say, you want to tap some bus somewhere, but you have to initially locate, this is the area that bus is.
That's right, sir. That is why this is a CT and MR compatible. So it is using the guidance of the CT scan, and that's how we can put blindly into the body. Blindly because we are not seeing with our own eyes. Because this information is got with the CT, from the CT scan and MR.
Only after this has been located, this has been found out what exactly is going on there, that you can put the needle or whatever you want to introduce.
So that's a good point. See, the one thing is the ability to do this in a very controlled environment. But if this is something that a person without or with a huge amount of training can actually take this and be able to use this. This is something that has to be done along with the CT scan and MRI, has to be able to do this on their own and do this again repeatedly without making mistakes. For this to be acceptable as a technology to begin with.
If I may add, I do not want to have I'm sorry if I may say this, but I would like to repeat this, that my device is a CT and MR guided operation device. So you don't have to cut open the body.
I agree. What I'm saying is...
So what you said is basically that the lesion has been identified on imaging, and only then we are doing this procedure.
Understood. So what I'm saying is, if you have, does this work in conjunction with the machine, or is it after the machine reports have come, you just use that information to...
Let me clarify this. Let's say a patient comes, says he's got pain in the abdomen and the stomach. You do a CT scan and you confirm that there is a ball of pus inside his abdomen. Then, based on the CT scan, we decide what is the path that we would like to take, which will avoid all the blood vessels and the nerves. And that is where we place the device and scan him once again. And then the patient is out of the gantry, and we have all the information that is required. And we place the needle and do the procedure.
What I'm saying is that sounds like a very doable thing, but the point is, it should be not just doable by you or by the doctor. It should be something that the technician should be able to do as part of the thing, be able to say, okay, I've placed it here, I get the CT scan, see this.
It is very, very simple.
See, that's what has to be demonstrated repeatedly. One, it has to be demonstrated by the fact that it can actually be done by people other than you. Right? Two, it has to be done repeatedly to say that so many procedures have been done with this to a point where you feel that okay, this is something that is doable, right?
And by somebody else's hand.
By somebody else's hand. Who doesn't have some of the other algorithms and some other paradigms that you have already created in your head. To be able to translate that to somebody else who can just use the procedures that have been written out or the training that you have provided them to do this again and again and demonstrate that it can be done. That's why it starts proliferating.
Yeah. This particular precision is based on mathematics. This particular device has 3 points. We detect the XYZ coordinates of each point.
Actually generating similar information that is doing. One thing is that technology is providing huge play to put the thing in place, whereas he is substituted by a single play. So basically that is the difference. But that technology also is really needed.
Precisely. This is being done for the last 50 years. But this is being done only for the brain. The device that I have made does that much more simply. It does not require a neurosurgeon now to do this. Any surgeon or any doctor would do this now, because it has been made so simple with this device. Not only that, this device has the capability of using it in the rest of the body also. Because the available frames are ones which utilize the support of the skull, and they are very huge because they weigh about 2.5 kilos. They cannot even be used in very small heads of newborns. Whereas my device would weigh about 150 grams. This can be used in newborns, and it can also be used in the rest of the body. Because my device has a system where the needle can be freed very quickly once it is inside the body, and then the patient is free to breathe.
Now, any other medical devices, companies that you have talked to see if they are...
I have presented my work at American Society of Neuroradiology this May and June, and there was a phenomenal amount of response. There were 2 companies with whom I communicated. One of the companies also sent me a non-disclosure agreement. They also told me what is the amount of royalty they give. And they asked me to send the NDA along with the STL file. When I saw this NDA, I saw that there was a signature